You are listening to 100 Wealth Building Secrets with James Marshall. James Marshall is a registered investment advisor and president of Marshall Wealth Management. His registered investment advisory firm is registered in Texas and Kentucky. For 30 years, he has been educating, advising, and managing wealth for diverse families all over the country. This podcast is about different concepts of wealth building. Some financial, some emotional, physical, and yes, some spiritual. The bottom line is you will leave with some knowledge, and knowledge is wealth. So whether you're walking, running, exercising, or having your choice of beverages, no judgments here. Clear. Then open your mind and get ready for some life-changing financial lessons. It's your time. Here's your host, James Marshall.
Curtis Mayfield had his finger on the pulse of society. Even when we as a people did not know where we were going, Curtis musically led the way. One of my favorite parts in one of his songs said, "Now some of us would rather cuss and make a fuss, oh yeah, than to bring about a little trust. But we shall overcome, I believe someday. If you would only listen to what I have to say, yeah.
Welcome, Wealth Builders, to podcast number 74. You must get ahead to catch up. You know, when it comes to improving your financial situation, it is important that you do not fall victim to a false sense of security when you catch up on your bills and establish a comfortable level of cash reserves. This is usually when you're most vulnerable. You know, the fact of the matter is, you have to get ahead to catch up.
They're in the gates. And they're off in the Kentucky Derby. And Confidence Game got away well, so too Verifying Kings Barnes is up there too. Jace's Road from the outside, and Reincarnate from mid-pack fires out as well in that daunting run to the first turn of the Derby. And it's Verifying Kings Barnes and Reincarnate, the three of them across the track early on, and they've opened up by 2.5 lengths. Confidence Game toward the inside is racing in fourth. Two Phils is fifth. Jace's Road on the outside is sixth. Hit Show toward the rail racing in seventh. Rocket Ken comes away in eighth. Raise Kane right at mid-pack running along in ninth. Mandarin Hero is 10th. King Russell's 11th. Disarm buried at the inside while 12th. Derma Sotagake's back in 13th. Cyclone Mischief is 14th. Mage is 15th. Cyclone Mischief is 14th. Mage is 15th. Mage is 15th. Hit Show's been moved to the outside, and he's drawn to within 3 lengths of the lead as they're on the far turn. Rocket Can is following him. Raise Kane's going the wrong way down inside. Derma Sotogake is revving up from the back of the pack, and so too is Mage. Angel of Empire is finding his best stride as they round the far turn, and Two Phils has taken the lead. Two Phils turns for home in front by 2. Mage is coming down the center. There's 1 furlong to go. Two Phils fights on. Angel of Empires are rallying third. Time is running out to catch Two Phils, but with powerful strides down the center of the track. Mage digs down deep, urged onto the wire to win the Derby. Mage the winner.
You have to get ahead to catch up. By this, I mean that if your bills are paid for the month and your cash reserves are fully funded, then you must make sure to have the next 3 months of expenses in your cash reserve account above and beyond your fully funded cash reserves before you can consider yourself caught up. Yeah, I know that seems like a lot. It's like, wow, man, do I ever get to invest? Is it all about cash? Well, no, you can invest. But the reason I say this, the extra bit of cushion is there because Murphy's Law is always in full effect. Meaning, if something can go wrong, it probably will go wrong. And by having that extra cushion, you will be in a better position to address unexpected emergencies without weakening your financial foundation. This gives you the peace of mind you need to invest with confidence and greatly reduces the possibility that you will have to sell your investments prematurely. And that's important right now because this market is wishy-washy. Up one day, down the next. You have to take a position, hold that position, add to that position. This is an example of what I'm suggesting. If your monthly expenses are $5,000 per month and your cash reserve goal is $50,000, then you need to have an additional $15,000 in your cash management account. This will bring your liquid assets to $65,000 to be truly caught up financially. This theory falls more under the psychology of money management than the academics of money management. And I say that because you keep hearing me say have 6 months, have 6 to 12 months living expenses. Don't violate that. Don't go above it. Don't go below it. Now I'm adding on an additional 3 months. So, it's not really academic. It's psychology. And what I'm finding is most people feel a little bit more comfortable. And the more comfortable you feel, the more you're willing to take some risk for your long-term growth. The feeling of financial security versus the reality of financial security is what we're talking about here. In the example, $50,000 is a good cash reserve amount covering approximately 10 months worth of your expenses, or a raincoat and an umbrella. The $75,000 is that added warm lining inside the raincoat, a little extra comfort to your protection. Now, I don't think you heard that. Let me say it again. We're talking about a raincoat and an umbrella. $50,000, 10 months worth of expenses. That's a good raincoat and an umbrella. But that extra $25,000 or having $75,000 is that warm lining inside the raincoat, adding a little bit of comfort to your protection. Keep in mind, the cash management rule must still be practiced. These funds must be properly managed to maximize the return while also assuring that they are accessible. This means utilizing strategies such as high-yield money market accounts that are linked to your checking account. Now, these high-yield money market accounts right now are paying close to 4%. You might consider laddering it into short-term CDs. Having a 12-month CD come and due every 6 months will allow you to get a higher return without locking into a long-term commitment. And perhaps consider incorporating I-bonds or inflation protection bonds into your portfolio. And that's about a good 24 to 36 month commitment. These types of accounts will put you in a position to earn money on your cash reserves without safely losing money, because you know that if you keep too much cash in low yielding money market or bank accounts or checking accounts, you are safely losing money once you consider the effects of inflation and taxation. Like always, you have to consistently review your financial plan and make the appropriate adjustments to your cash reserve needs as you go. This is critical to prudent wealth management. Let me say it again. Make the appropriate adjustments as you go.
The UCL is standing and Michelle Finn to turbo blaster turned off the jets of the steeplechase. To turbo blaster turned off the jets of the steeplechase. It's going to be very, very difficult for Michelle Finn here, future Olympian, to rein this one in. She's got too much of a gap. DCU set off at a scrum pace. UCC looked good in fifth and looked like they were passing DCU in fourth place. The big battle here for second power. It is. It's between Cork and that is UL at the moment. CIT and UL, but can 8 meters to get there. 6 meters. But she is going to go past the UCL for the home stretch. And here comes UCC. I think we're going to get third. UCC, Michelle Finn, the future Olympian. Power through. Oh, Michelle Finn is dying. She is dying. This is Michelle outside the world. Finn is still leading on UCC. Already on the outside. Michelle Finn. She's out on her feet from the depths of hell. Here comes Michelle Finn. God, it's unbelievable. That is unbelievable. Really, what a run.
But as always, prudent wealth management starts with planning. And until next time, keep building wealth. Peace.
You have been listening to 100 Wealth Building Secrets with James Marshall. Keep increasing your knowledge by going to marshallyourmoney.com and check out our educational videos, newsletters, and calculators. There you can also sign up for your free copy of his book, 100 Wealth Building Secrets. Like this podcast and follow it on podbean.com. You can also follow us on social media platforms, Facebook, Black Family Wealth, Twitter, James Marshall at Marshall Marshall Wealth, Instagram, Marshall Wealth, LinkedIn, James Marshall, and on YouTube, James Marshall Financial Educator. Email your questions or thoughts to james@marshallyourmoney.com. Thank you for listening. And remember, we build wealth one family at a time.
Money, I know you can. I teach you how to save. Don't waste your money, but bank your money. Don't spend your ends. I teach you how to save. Your bank account will be spilling out with them dividends. I teach you how to save. Rule number one, if it ain't making money, it ain't making sense.